Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am just out and about checking on some things in the yard today, and I thought I would give you a little pig update. Well, you know, they're not little pigs. Last time I was able to tape these guys, the girls, the gilts, were over 300 pounds. And if you know anything about taping a pig, you got to get them to sit still. They got to be tame and not run away from you. And it's not so safe to do in the slippery, messy mud. And this was the wettest year. This pig pen never ever dried out. And I've got a big old boar in there, about 600 pounds, with some mean sets of tusks. I'm not likely to get in there and do any taping these days. See that old guy? Take a good look around here. That is some frozen mud, and I'll tell you, it's not easy to walk on. So earlier in the year, he did everything he could to try to get to the gilts that were on the other side of this fence. This is a County Line brand livestock gate, and they're tack welded on the fence panel to the gate itself, and they're not real strong and great. And you can see they actually put a hog panel on there instead of a cattle panel. And that's really good because then you can use it for any kind of livestock that you need without worrying about little pigs getting out or making different variations to keep the pigs in. Well, this guy, along with the girls, pushed and pulled on it until they were through and wrecked my entire gate. Well, this old guy's not getting around real great. He's had a little problem with his back leg, and like I said, it was pretty wet. I had been feeding him over there in that corner, and it seemed to be that maybe he slipped and hurt his hip. He wasn't putting any weight on his back leg. Listen to him. Yeah. Well, that also meant he wasn't doing any breeding either. And you know, I did not want to have to feed those pigs all last winter, and I sure didn't want to do it this winter with the year that I've had working off the farm also. So this old pig here is all lonely. He is a bachelor with no ladies to love. I sent the gilts on their way. Somebody contacted me and they wanted a pair of gilts to breed, and off those girls went to up north. So then that left me with the sow, and I knew she wasn't going to be having any spring pigs with him. His leg's been not well for too long, and she had ample time to have any heat cycles after that, and of course she did. Didn't want to breed them. I didn't want any January pigs out here in the cold, and I thought I could bring in another boar, or I could order out and have some semen brought in so that I could do the artificial insemination that I've done in the past. Well, the last time I did that, it didn't work so well. I spent about $300, and I got semen that was not packed well, delivered overnight, left at my gate, and they didn't tell me that they were here. So that was a time-sensitive delivery that was not chill packed or anything. So who knows how long it had been sitting out there. And you know what? It was hot. The weather was too high. It was in a thermal cooler, or a styrofoam cooler, which just wasn't enough because they pull that stuff out and, you know, it has to be kept to the right temperature. So off my sow went. These two, the lovers, they are split apart, and this guy is going to end up in the freezer, well, the first chance we get. So as you know, we butchered the bull last year, and I still have a very full freezer, and with everything that's been going on in the world, I filled the second freezer. I'm getting around to making some space in there, but you know what? I've got a great big Christmas roast sitting in there. I've got a Christmas ham sitting in there. Yeah, we had leg of lamb for Thanksgiving when we should have probably had our Christmas roast early. So if you've been watching the channel very long, you've seen Bethany gardening with me since she was a toddler. There was a video of her and I harvesting mint along our creek, and she was probably 1.5 years to 2.5 years old. She was very small. She was this tiny little fuzzy white-haired girl. Now she's this tiny little strawberry blonde. She's almost 7 now. Well, once upon a time, this was our pumpkin patch and our potato patch, and we had the best garden we had ever had. Well, you know what? no grass is growing in here, and if we don't put an animal in here, it would be really great space to have a little garden for her.